Everyone sees the world through their own lens, and in this class I was able to see many different perspectives. In the first unit, we were asked the two most vague questions. What is happiness, and how do people live a meaningful and purposeful life? Just in a small class of 10, the answers varied. For some, it was a bowl of mac and cheese, and others, it was their close relationships. So what is the true meaning of happiness? I got to interview Mr. Knapp. We talked about how happiness corresponds with healthy relationships. Not only do they affect your own subjective well-being, but others as well. He stated, just enjoy the day-to-day life, help out the family members, and be family-oriented. Another point he made was, for me, it was just setting goals for myself and working towards them. This allowed him to accomplish his goals in his career and find happiness in the person he became. Next, I interviewed two 5th grade classes. We asked them the question, what makes them happy? Many of the answers varied, between sports and spending time with family, friends, and pets. When confronted with the question, would you rather have $20 or a sleepover? All of the students chose a sleepover. When the prompt bumped up from $20 to $30, all of the students chose the money, except for Abdul Jr. He insightfully explained, if you spend money on food, you'll forget about it. Or if you buy something, you might lose it, but you won't forget about the sleepover. Unit 2 consisted of the topics, what are the major problems in our society today and how can we address them, as well as a utopian society and if it is even possible. I was able to interview Mrs. Johnson, and she thought the biggest problem in today's society is racism and sexism, because it's the first thing you see and a lot of people form opinions on that. Other problems you see in the world today is the overuse of technology. She stated, technology can be helpful in a lot of ways, but people are spending too much time on the internet and it's affecting their social skills. This conversation made me realize the biggest effect on humans is ourselves. Even though we invented technology, it has been our downfall. On the other end, 5th graders were asked similar questions. In me and Abdul Halim's group, a student explained there should be more healthy stores so people won't have diseases and be unhealthy. Another 5th grader adds on, everyone should have the necessities and not need the luxuries. In conclusion, we are far from a perfect society, yet we have the biggest effect on ourselves. We have the ability to make change with hard work and discipline. In the 3rd unit, we talked about right and wrong and how to tell the difference, as well as how to solve moral dilemmas. As I spoke with Mr. Mosey, he talked about choosing who you surround yourself with. He explains, choose your role models and try to replicate the good they do. This is how we learn the difference between right and wrong. Mr. Mosey goes on to say, it is important to develop your own understanding and form your own opinions. Over his life, he has found his balance and how to solve his moral dilemmas. While talking with the students, some expressed they find the difference between right and wrong through their gut feeling. However, someone else said, I think we learn what is right and wrong because of what we are taught in school and our families. After speaking with both the adults and the 5th graders, they talked about learning the difference between right and wrong by developing their own view but also getting insight from others. At the end of the semester, Unit 4 was based around the question, what is the purpose of education? And what are the strengths and weaknesses of our current education system? As well as, what would our perfect educational system look like? I got paired with Mr. Worsthall. He offered a lot of great insight as he was a teacher for more than 20 years. I asked him, what qualities does a good teacher have? And he answered, a good teacher is humble and level-headed and knowledgeable in and outside of the subject they teach. They should be inspiring as well as engaging. Following that question, I also asked him what is the ideal educational system. He describes that there should be assessments rather than tests. Here's the prompt, show me what you know and how you want to. You can write a song or act it out or just an essay. Everyone learns differently. I wondered how I never thought about that and why every school doesn't use that system. I think Mr. Worsthall is a prime example of a good teacher. He seeks the best out of the student instead of the class. He understands everyone learns differently and is catering to their own skill set. I asked the 5th graders what is the purpose of school, and they responded to learn things that will help you in the future like math and make new friends. The second question I asked them was, in what grade did you have the best time? 2 students stated the grade and the reason being they had a good teacher that year. I think this shows how important it is a student has a good relationship with their teacher. Over this past semester in Philosophy for Life, I had many different meaningful conversations. This allowed me to see the world through many different lenses.